Hey guys, Scott Pilgrim FBB here. Welcome to a new series I'm doing. It's called A Wonderful Anime Summer. Now, basically, this means that almost every week, almost because this kind of takes a lot of effort to record and edit, but I'll be reviewing one anime almost every week. I will probably do more than that just because, I like a lot of anime, and I keep anime on my computer just so I can review them and then get this out of the way. So, basically, these are my preferences to anime. If you don't see an anime that you like, leave it in the comments. I might just review it. If I don't like it, like One Piece or Bleach, then I'm sorry, I'm not going to review it. I'm trying to get into Bleach right now, but it's not really working out. I'm not so close into it. I just don't like them. They just don't really interest me much. I am into Naruto, but I won't be reviewing that because there really is no point. Almost everyone knows about Naruto, and the people who don't know about Naruto just are people who don't watch anime at all. Honestly, you gotta know about Naruto unless you don't watch anime and know about it. So, now today's anime is Baka and Test, Summon the Beast, or Baka to Testu no Shokanju, for the people who'd rather watch it in English sub. I prefer this anime in English dubbed though. It's much more fluent and it makes more sense to me. I rather would watch it in English dub. The download I'm going to give you is English dub, but there should be a choice for English sub also. It's all up to your preference. So, let's get this started. I'm going to be telling you the whole first episode. I'm going to go into little main details of the whole first episode and try to explain it as best as I can, trying to go very over the top. I'm going to be exaggerating some things, so the anime isn't very spoiled for you, so I hope you enjoy. Now, before we start anything in this episode, I suggest if you want to watch this anime without any spoilers, I suggest clicking the annotation here or so, either around this area, I'm looking at my camera right now, this area over here. This will have you skip the whole explanation of the first episode if you do not want to see that. So, it'll be there for now, and I'm going to give you a few seconds to either choose to skip it and go straight to the review, or, you can just wait. We all good? Okay, good. And we start the episode with Akihisa Yoshi, 3rd year in high school, taking a very, very hard test to split the students between classes to classes, and yes, his name is Yoshi. But let me explain the whole splitting classes thing. The main setting in this anime is their school. Now, this school, Fumizaki Academy, believes that if you want to have a better life in school, you should do better in school. It's a very weekly school, and that is a very, very direct quote from the anime. If you do better in school, you're going to have a better life in school. In this placement test, students are split up between their marks. So Class A is for the brainiacs, Class B is for the people who aren't as smart as Class A, Class C is for the people who can be smart if they tried but they just choose not to, Class D for that they don't care, they just do the work, Class E for the athletic kids, and Class F for, you guessed it, the dumb fucks. So Akihisa Yoshi is taking his test, his placement test, when this girl beside him, called Mizuki Himeji, or should I say pink-haired McBig Boobs, very long hair by the way, very good character trait. Anyways, back to the main thing. They're taking their test, and she kind of faints all of a sudden. And Akihisa's like, "You okay, girl? You okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good." But she doesn't seem like she's very good at all right now. And the teacher says, "If you leave to go to the infirmary right now, you will fail your test." And Akihisa's like, "What the fuck? That's bullshit. She's sick." And the teacher's like, if you're gonna be good at school, you gotta make sure you're not sick all the time. So it kind of ends right there, the first little opening scene. This then cuts to a scene where it shows Iron Man giving Yoshi his placement test score. And Iron Man says, "You have destroyed all my expectations, Akihisa. You are a genuine dumb fuck." And he is in Class F. And that's where the theme song cuts in. Now the theme song starts all soft and shit, but then breaks into crazy ass English words and then goes all upbeat and stuff. It's a really good theme song. I like it. I do not remember the name, but it's a very good theme song to me. It was very upbeat and very fast, and that's what I like about it. It's just fun. It then shows Akihisa Yoshi walking down the hallway, going past all the classes, saying how he should have done better on his test. He answered every 1 out of 10 questions. He then sees Class A, reclining chairs, refrigerators, food galore. Oh my god, he wish he was in this class. Right after this, he gets inside the classroom and his table breaks. So he's trying to fix it with super glue. As class F, no one's doing any work, the teacher isn't in the room. He's trying to fix it with the super glue and he gets scolded about being stupid by his best friend, Yuji Sakamoto, right beside him. Now, Yuji is a smartass, but he doesn't like to work. He's very smart, and it's shown in multiple episodes that he can do a lot. He's actually very smart. He just doesn't want to do the work. Then we are shown Minami Shimada, aka Flat Chest, which is a very, very long-running joke throughout this whole series. She used to live in Germany, but now she lives there in Japan, and she's not very good at reading kanji, but she's very good at math, and that is why she's in class F. Now, Akihisa makes a smart remark to Minami, saying how she's kind of stupid about not being able to learn kanji, and she don't take that shit. Pulls him and then throws him to the ground. I don't understand why he takes it. Honestly, they're still friends with this whole series, and yet she's always beating him up for some reason. If I was Akihisa, I wouldn't be taking that shit. Nah, no, hell nah. Now, while Minami is beating Akihisa up, her skirt kind of flips up, and then we are introduced to Kota Tsuchiya, my favorite character in this anime right now. He is trying to pick up her skirt. This is why I usually call him Pervy Mick. Look up skirt guy, dude, person. I want to be that guy. As he's trying to look up her skirt, a wind flows through because there's a draft in the classroom. So her skirt kind of goes up, and he gets a good look at it, and his nose explodes, blood everywhere. Because in real life, whenever we see bras or panties, our nose explodes from blood. Because that happens in real life. Is the big pervert in this series. Now, his nickname in the anime is Mussolini, which means big-ass pervert in Japanese, but it's kind of a play on words of Mussolini. The whole series, Kota's always trying to take pictures of girls. That's why he usually has his camera with him. He's always trying to take panty shots and bra shots, and the girls don't even give two shits. It's like, oh, he does it all the time anyways, why should we give shit? Fuck, man, I want to be that guy. The person walks in and is all like, hey guys, y'all seem lively, what's up? And that's what he says. Now, emphasis on he. Then this guy's name is Hideyoshi Kinoshita, aka who the fuck knows what this guy's gender is. Hideyoshi is often mistaken for a girl. Heck, I mistook him for a girl until he talked. Like, what the fuck? No one can tell what this guy's gender is. He's been confessed to a million different times in this anime, and yet no one knows his gender except for him and his sister. His voice is so boyish, I can't even comprehend it. So many people, and I've said this before, but so many people confuse him for a girl. Honestly, he looks like a girl, but he talks like a guy. Come on. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. But I guess this is the main running gag throughout this whole series, like, he's very good at dramatic arts. He's able to change his voice into any type of voice he wanted. He's able to change clothes in a blink of an eye, so, that kind of makes me think he could be a girl, trying to keep the guys away from him. But, guys always confess their love to him anyways, so wouldn't that be counterproductive? Oh look, it's pink-haired with big boobs entering the classroom. She's all like, oh, I was with the nurse because I'm kind of sick. And she's looking around the classroom and she'd be like, oh, I'm looking for someone I know. Like, Yoshi! She runs to Yoshi and she's like, hi. And he's like, yo, what's up, bitch? During the actual class, Miji is kind of coughing up some stuff and Yoshi's like, you okay, girl? You okay? And she's like, yeah, just a bit sick. It's kind of dirty in this classroom, kind of dusty, and I'm already kind of sick, so it's not very good. Not very good. So after class, Yuji stops in the hall because Akihisa tries to talk to him and is like, school is a weird social thing, and we all need to be equal and shit, and I feel that this isn't fair about. And then Yuji stops him and is like, you just want better equipment for Himiji, don't you? And he's like, you can't say that shit out loud, motherfucker! Can't do that! No, he can't! And he's like, you know what? Let's do this shit. You know what? We'll do what you want. We'll get that equipment. And then Akihisa's like, yes! Let's start Summoner Test War! Now let me explain. Summoner Test Wars is a thing that they have in Fumizige Academy where students can summon avatars, and those avatars use that person's score in specific classes to battle. And they battle class versus class so they can trade equipment. Now, the thing is, there's different rules about it. Teachers also have rules too. Specific teachers are able to summon specific fields depending on what they teach. If a math teacher was summoning the field, all students in that field would have to use their math score. So basically, whoever has the higher math score would win. Although Iron Man is able to host any type of subject because he teaches all subjects. And during the war, you can take a thing called a recovery test depending on whatever subject you want to learn and be able to memorize. So you take these tests, answer the questions, the more right answers, the higher your score goes up. More wrong answers, obviously it goes down. And there's this thing called remedial classes. If your score hits 0 during any time outside of war or inside, you have to take your remedial class. With Iron Man, which apparently is hell, although they've never shown it in the anime. Oh, and recovery tests are only takeable during the war. Now there's only 2 ways to win the war. Now it's either a ceasefire between both of the people, both of the classes, or the other class rep has to defeat the other class rep, or the students destroy the other class rep's score. So basically, the class reps are their towers. If one tower is destroyed and broken, that team loses. And Class F's rep is Yuji Sakamoto. So Yuji tells the class that they want to do a summer test war, and the class is like, no way, dude, that's suicide. And then Yuji's like, well, we got nothing to lose, right? And they're like, true that. So they decide, you know what, let's do this. There are little bits, other stuff that I want to explain, but I'm not going to because of spoilers, which I will explain around the ending because it makes more sense around the ending. So for now, I will skip that part and we'll go straight to the next part of how a bit more of the explanation during the game plan. So during the whole explanation of the game plan, Minami asks Himeji if she's good at math, and she replies, I'm not very good at it, I'm okay, but Yuji stops her there and says she won't be able to fight. Why, they'll ask? Well, if you remember right from the start, she fainted during her placement test. And the last test they did were her placement test. And the last test they do are their score in battle. So basically, Himeji is not going to be able to battle because she has a score of 0. So she will be useless during the war until she starts taking the recovery test during the war. And here the war begins. Now, I'm not going to go too into detail with the starting parts of the war because that's kind of a thing that I want you to explore yourself because it's a pretty epic part and I don't want to really spoil any of that. So, if you watch this anime, then you should check that out onto the next part then. Soon enough, Class F starts to get very overwhelmed because their scores aren't as high as Class E. So, Minami with her lower score now because it's been damaged, she runs off and retreats so she can take a recovery test with Himeji. Right after Class F gets overwhelmed, the Class E rep, Hiromi Nakabayashi, goes up and goes in front of Yoshi and Yuji and are like, why do you even start this war anyways? Of course you know we have the higher scores, considering they're the placement test scores just before. Obviously, we will defeat you in any way. With Yuji replying as to, you never know, right? We could have kicked your ass. We never know. I don't know. And then Yuji's all like, you know what? Akihisa. And Aki's like, did you have a backup plan? He's like, yes, I did. Why else did you think I kept you here with me the whole time? And then they make this face to each other like, you know, when you're in class and your teacher asks you to pick partners and you just look at each other, you just look straight across the room and you look at your best friend and your best friend is like, and then you're like, Aki then says, oh, it was inevitable. You'd have to see my vicious, awesome powers eventually. So he summons his avatar with this little simple thingy ability thing, and it comes out, and all the fucking students step back one step like they fucking saw their parents have sex or some shit, even though it's just his avatar. It's like him, smaller, wearing a game coat and holding a sword. It's not very intimidating, don't you think? Yuji explains how, since he is a probationary student, Akihisa anyways, his avatar can actually touch things because he's used his avatar to be able to move things around for the teachers as punishment because he's a probationary student. So basically, his avatar can touch things. So as Aki picks up, Aki's avatar anyways, picks up a table, throws it up in the air, showing that it can have actual physical contact, Yuji also says that any pain that his avatar can feel, Aki's anyways, any pain that avatar feels, Aki also feels the same as the table falls on the avatar and Aki feels the pain of his head. Now to me, I feel that's some cruel ass punishment considering you're basically beating him through his avatar. You could just pick up his avatar and just slap the fuck out of it. Technically, you're not beating the student, but he's still feeling the pain, so... I don't know, I feel that's kind of a bit too cruel. It's like having a robot just beat the shit out of Aki. That's fucked up. Anyways, as Aki makes a fool of himself, Huma decides to end this and challenges Yuji to a battle. Until pink-haired with big boobs comes in and is all like, hola, 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 hola. And she summons her avatar, which is pretty fucking sick. Her hair is still long as fuck, but she's like a female knight with the gigantic long-ass sword. With one swing of that fucking sword, she basically destroys all of Class F except for the rep. Once they stop to notice, they see Himeji's score is 412, same level as a Class A student. She could have been in Class A if not fainting during the test. Minami comes in with her and explains that during the test, she sped through that shit, which is really hard to believe, but it's anime, so who cares. Hiromi, surprised, lets her guard down, and Himeji delivers the finishing blow and wins Class F of the war. Yeah, motherfucker, we did it! So after the war, back in Class F, Aki is praising Himeji for being so smart, while Yuji decides that they aren't going to switch equipment, which gives everyone a shock. Like, didn't we just battle this war for the equipment? And he's like, Don's worried. I got Don's worried, it's all good. It's all good. All of a sudden, the classroom door opens, and someone looking a lot like Hideyoshi enters, asking if everything worked out. Aki then asks why Hideyoshi was wearing clothes with him, girls' clothes anyways, with him answering that he was sitting right behind him. And that was his sister, Yuko Kinoshita, Class A. After a little mini conversation, a little talk, you know, Yuko then says that they are challenging Class F to a summer test war, which gives the whole group confused as fuck. Everyone's just confused, like, why you want to battle? Because we can. Because we can. And the ending theme plays, and to me, I don't like the ending theme. It's annoying to me, you know, it's because it doesn't seem to relate to the anime much at all, song-wise, except for the freaking yelling of Baka. In the video-wise, I never really liked it. And there you go, that was the first episode of Season 1. I believe this is a great anime for people who like the school life kind of randomly ecchi genre, although the story doesn't have an obvious plot. Heck, there is no plot. I love this series because it was random. So if you need an anime to watch tonight, just tell yourself, just one more episode of anime, this should be it. Because its anime episodes have their own plot. Each one has a random plot. They don't usually spin into 2 or more episodes. Almost everyone has its own plot, and it's always different. But the main thing in this anime is love. I didn't mention it in this whole review of this episode, but episode 1, but you can obviously tell that Himeji and Minami have a crush on one particular student. Guess who? I'm not telling! You can figure it out yourself after rewatching this review. Anyways, this anime was created by Funimation Entertainment, which means you know there's gonna be quality. This story is just fun to listen to and to watch. The background music is good, but wasn't always noticeable. The character designs were great. Every character had something about them that was special. Koda's camera, Himeji's pink hair, and Minami's ponytail. It all makes the characters stand out. There's also many elaborate stories between the characters. There are even characters I haven't even talked about this review that I liked. You just gotta watch the anime to find out. As a rating, I split this into 5 different categories: voice acting, animation, the story, the characters, and the overall enjoyment. So the voices got a 19.5 out of 20 from me. The voices were great and they were so good at lip matching in the English dub. The only problem I had was Hideyoshi. In both the English dub and Japanese dub, his voice was way too boyish. He's supposed to be misinterpreted as a girl a lot. I never understood it, and that's why it was only 19.5. Now the animation got a perfect score, 20 out of 20 from me. The animation is top standards for my liking anyways. The people, the setting, the war battles, some of them were even shown in a more detailed fashion in the anime. Overall, perfect animations. Freaking Funimation knows what they're doing. The story, 19 out of 20 from me. The story was too perfect to me. The random episodes and the 3-parter episodes, the OVAs, everything was great. It was very good. The only problem I had was the progress between people were too slow and some were even not shown. I would have liked to have seen Himeji and you-know-who end up together, and others end up together too, and what kind of shenanigans would have happened. Okay, characters, 16.5 out of 20. Okay, I loved the character designs, the character backgrounds, and I loved how they had all kinds of different people. Class F, a smartass Yuji, a dumb fuck Yoshi, perfect pervert Koda, a student Dere, meaning we assume that it is a person who's cute on the inside but acts like a bitch outside. And an actually smart person, Mizuki, and a guy, Hideyoshi, a guy girl I know. Guy girl? Guy girl? The only thing I thought it was missing was an extremely cool guy, popular with all the girls, good at school, but skips all the time. I thought it would be sick. He'd be like a badass and have no girlfriend, but he'd like Yuko or some shit because she's a hard ass. And the last category is enjoyability. Now, enjoyability got a 15 out of 20 from me because the biggest problem with this anime is that I liked all the episodes, but I only enjoyed some of the episodes. Some were more fun to rewatch, and some were a bit boring to rewatch. And the total score for this anime is 90 out of 10, equals 90%. Oi. An A+ score for this anime. I hope you enjoyed the video. In the description there should be a link to the download for this anime. I'm sorry, but it is a torrent, and it only has the English dub. It should have English sub choice. It's up to what you want. I really like this anime with the English dub better, because the subtitles are kind of annoying. I would suggest watching it in Japanese dub. The next, not Japanese dub, I'm so sorry, English dub. The next anime I will try to find a Japanese dub choice. Anime video type, if I remember, is MKV file, so I suggest using VLC player because I can play all kinds of files, and it's just great and easy to use, especially because you can crop it using the C button and just make it widescreen. And thank you for watching the video. God play with my baby. Out.